great to see you. I was trying to remember the last time you and I saw each other, and I think it was the sports thing that you were doing, and we were talking about hockey and a bunch of things. I know that was during the pandemic. Do you remember it?
Yeah, man, that's forever ago. I try to forget about those years. Yeah, I think I'm not alone in that one.
No, man. But look, it's always great talking to you. It's always great seeing you, especially because of what we're going to talk about. Because we're talking about new music, big show that's happening during Canadian Music Week. But one thing I want to throw out there. Um, I changed TV services, and one of the things I've been watching a lot is retro videos.
Hmm.
And and they do the 80s, 90s, 2000s, some of the 2010s, and a lot of your former group would pop up. I forgot the range you had in your voice. Back then, man, you were hitting some powerful notes, man. Do you still do that? I was listening to your music and I went back to that and I'm going, I don't hear it anymore, man. Did you like switch gears when you started country?
Um, yes, there was a lot less angst and aggression. I mean,
Yeah.
I pull from there when it's required for the song or part or whatever, but yeah, I only use like gear here or there depending on if it fits. Yeah.
But but you know what I'm talking about. But like you
Oh yeah.
had such a powerful voice, man. I mean, what was that like using those ranges night after night after night? I mean, I'm surprised you still have a voice, man.
Yeah, I've been really lucky. I mean, knock on wood here. My voice has and was pretty resilient. I was able to, yeah, just kind of just push it right to the limit and keep going and keep going. And yeah, it was usually there for me the next day. So yeah,
It definitely was, man. And we've enjoyed the whole course of your career from everything that you've been doing, especially now, man. One of the things I definitely want to talk about is Canadian Music Week, brother. How does it feel coming back home? Because you've done this before.
yeah, it's great. I mean, I know with the Default guys, we did a lot of Canadian Music Week shows, um, and I haven't done one solo for quite a while. If I have done one at all, so I'm excited to play that venue. I heard great things about history, the sound system, the backstage, everything
Oh,
about it. Yeah, and like playing like a big club. I mean, festivals are great. I love playing festivals. Um, there's something about being enclosed in a little building with a bunch of people, and there's nowhere for the sound to go. It's yeah, it's a little different.
what's the show going to be like, man? And by the way, I've only been to History once, and it blew me away. It is an amazing venue.
Yeah, yeah, killer. Yeah, so the show we just actually finished up 2 days of rehearsal just last few days here. Your warehouse studios in Vancouver. Couple new band members, some new instrumentation. Just like spending a lot of time digging deep into not just how we're gonna present the songs off the new record, but how can we revisit and freshen up the older songs, like Somebody Somewhere and Tipping Point and Wasting Gas and some of those tracks. So we've got a lot more pedal steel. We got a guy dedicated to a lot of that. So and then yeah, just picking out different parts just to present them differently. I mean, we need to freshen them up. They started feeling a little bit stale. That can happen. So it's nice to give them a new look and new ear candy where there wasn't before.
I think you just kind of hinted you're going to be playing stuff off the new album, correct?
Yeah, yeah, we're actually gonna go pretty heavy with this with the new record. I think we're probably playing, geez, at least 7 of the 12 new tracks.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
let's jump into the album, man, because it kind of surprises me that it's a self-titled album after all these years. Why did you go in that direction?
It was a new coming out of the pandemic. It just felt like a big reset. I was with a new label. I felt like this record just represented a time in my life where I'm really appreciative. Felt like I came a long way and learned a lot. It just felt like a really good time to just kind of reset and not just go with a title track just to represent how I felt the record was. it was more like here's me in a place in my life where I think I've, maybe got my shit together a little more than normal, and kids and life, and just a really good balance right now. So it felt like a good time to just, yeah, this whole record represents me in a new chapter.
Well, it's funny you say that because the one thing I noticed was the storytelling and the flow seems to be so much easier. It's like if I was to put you back in the day and you here, it would be definitely two different people. Why do you think?
Oh, just life, just figuring it out, and um, yeah, just experience, making a record, just being comfortable with who I am, um, and then just, yeah, just feeling comfortable in playing in all those different areas, like some of the aggression that from before. There's a bit of that in this record, and then there's, obviously the softer, more Family Guy stuff going
Mhm.
on. Yeah, just yeah, yeah, good place in my life right now. So I think the songs on the record represent that.
What's the lead track and what's it about?
"Use Me" is the lead track. It's a single that just went out to radio, I think, about a month ago.
Mhm.
Um, it was it was one of the lower quality demos, um,
Mm.
but there was like, the demo wasn't polished. This demo required a bit more imagination to what it could be in the end, and yeah, there was something about it. It definitely has, like, it reminds me of like a bit of a Brian Adams feel, but also like a little,
Yes.
yeah, but like also a little bit of, um it's kind of like a Fleetwood Mac sort of darkness to it as well. Um and that was one, it was almost didn't make the record just because of the way that the demo was presented, and but the way it turned out, it ended up being my favorite song on the record. Um so that's why I stuck it right in the beginning. Like, if anyone's gonna get the record, I don't want them to only get to, whatever. If it ends up being eight, you know, yeah, I want, if you're gonna give the record here, just start it off with this one. It just felt right. So we rehearsed that one quite a bit over the last few days, and it feels great. And I think
It
it's
does.
history. I think we maybe the only second time we've played it live. So
Oh
looking
wow.
forward to it. Yeah.
Well, and just curious, opening acts for the show?
Um,
I was trying to remember.
Nate Hollers is one of the opening acts. I'm not sure. I can't remember the other artist's name. It's bad of me.
That's okay because you know what? As we do this interview, you can't see it, but there's going to be a picture posted and it's going to show exactly who's going to be playing what
Yeah,
as you are performing too. So we're good. We're
I can
definitely
picture
good.
I can picture his face. So you guys are seeing it right now.
It all works, man. What happens after this? After CMW, do we tour? Because I know the festivals are going to be hitting and
Yeah,
Boots and Hearts. Any chance you're going to be on that?
not Boots and Hearts this year. We did that one last year. We were direct, right before Keith Urban last time, which is,
Yeah.
yeah, it's killer. It was great, great crowd. We had a great time. The band was just, we played a 60, so cramming in all those songs in the 60 felt like we left some meat on the table, but yeah, that one was that went by in a flash, man. That was really a great experience. Um, so hopefully I get back there again in the next few years. But this year's Country Thunder in Saskatchewan, the old Craven, and then we got Country Thunder in Calgary, and then a whole bunch of just festivals just all throughout Canada, just from the headlining thing. A couple of them were direct, I think, back east and one in Quebec, and it's quite a really busy summer. But it's all festival stuff, doing some charity golf tournament stuff. Gord Bamford, Jason Blaine,
Nice.
going back and doing some stuff with those guys. They got great charity stuff going on. And then after the history show, we go straight down to Nashville. It's DMA week, and we've got yeah, a lot of great stuff lined up. Some morning show stuff, showcasing things. Playing outside of Bridgestone, one of the shows there, and then I do the Opry on the 12th, which is like that's the anchor of the whole trip. Yeah.
Have you played it before?
No, I've never been invited to play by the Opry, but
Wow.
Terry Clark had me. She
Yeah.
was gracious enough to have me come up there and join her on the single that we did one drink ago, pre-pandemic, and So I've experienced the Opry. I've been in there a few times, doing different things, but this is the first time like getting like, the Opry invites you and here's your debut, and yeah, yeah. So
Oh
and a
man.
whole bunch of family. I mean, in-laws coming in, parents, and a lot of great family friends, and be well represented with a bunch of Canadians there.
Oh, I am so happy for you. I'm literally getting goosebumps for this
Yeah, man.
because I know for a lot of artists that's like a checklist gotta happen before I'm 6 feet under. It's happened for you. So
Yeah,
so thrilled for you, man. CCMAs, you're gonna be down there for that. That's
hundred
fall.
percent, 100%. Yeah, that's in Edmonton this year, I believe.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's going to be a great weekend. We've got hopefully we'll be playing the show. I would imagine we would be. And then the weekend's just full of, man, just like reacquainting yourself with industry friends and
Yeah.
artists you hadn't seen, cross paths with in the summer festivals. And actually, there's going to be a screening of a movie that I was in. They're going to be doing something special around the CCMAs. Yeah, end of last year, I did. I got the invite to try out for a part,
Nice.
and I'm like, okay, I'll go in there and I'll give it a whirl. I thought about it previously in years, and I got the call back, and at that point, they told me it was for the lead of the movie. So
Wow.
yeah, so so that's the movie's called Souls Road. We filmed it in Edmonton, end of last year, and so there'll be there'll be a screening and a big special thing about that on, I think, on a Thursday on the weekend.
You know, they call guys like you E-Man Groove, meaning you just do everything. So
Man, all doors are open, right? I'm not afraid to take a leap into something. You never know where it goes, right? The butterfly effect.
before we wrap it up, then I want you to put a little leap on who's going to take the Stanley Cup. Who you feeling?
Oh man,
That
I got a couple of Oilers friends
said
of
it
mine,
all.
man. Yeah, yeah. I mean, any one of them can. My
Yeah.
gut tells me still it'll still be the Dallas Stars.
Mhm.
But they've lost Chris Tanev, who's a huge piece of their defense to injuries. So we'll see, man. I think Edmonton can do it. Rangers have proven they're a great hockey team. Panthers have the firepower and a goaltending to do it. I mean, it's been a great playoffs. I wish my Canucks beat the Oilers there, but we were one goal too short.
Well, speaking of short, look at Toronto. Do you think Toronto's ever going to get a chance, especially with a new head coach now?
I mean, I hope not. The greatest the greatest stat I heard recently over the last few months was the Toronto Maple Leafs have never made it to the third round
Yeah.
in their history.
Yeah.
When they won their cups, there was only 2 rounds.
Yeah.
How
It's
is
true.
how is that possible?
Hey,
That's
I still blame Gretzky. We had the chance. I will never forgive Gretzky for what he did, man. But
yeah.
that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. Hey, look, man, I'm just happy you're coming back to Toronto. I got full access to CMW because I'm hosting. So you may be
Killer.
seeing me down in the crowd down there, man, for the show.
Yeah, well, come say hi. It'd be great to see you in person.
Definitely, brother. Big love. Thanks again for the interview.
You too, Rudy. Thanks.